crafty friends. Welcome to Happy Place Crafting, crafting therapy for the soul. Today we are going to work on this journal, the game board journal, and we're going to work on putting together. Is this in the way? It is a little bit. Wait, let me move that up a little bit. And I'm going to make it a little bit brighter in here because it is yucky outside and raining and Okay, so we've got our two signatures for in here that we created yesterday. I went ahead and created all the rest of them yesterday. So this is the front and the back, and this is going to be our spine. So we need some masking tape for our spine. This is how I did the rest of them, and it seemed to turn out just fine. So I'm not going to do it any differently because why would I? Okay, we're going to do it like this. And like this. And put that back. We're going to cut the edges off. Whoa! That was open in there. That's not good. It's dangerous. Alright, we don't need those. And we don't need these. Okay. So that can get thrown away. Then we're going to flip this over. And we're going to line it up. Here. I need to set the timer so I know how long we've been today. And it would help if I got in frame. There we go. And this side, the front, we're going to do just like that. Alright. That should be good. This one seems like it's a little bit long. I do not know why. None of the others were like that. Okay. Alright, so there we've got our spine. See? Okay. Now we are going to, I picked out some material. This one's really playful, so I thought we would use it. And we're going to glue that in with our tacky glue. And this was the easiest way I found to do it. I tried to do it on this, but it was kind of messy, so I did it on this. And just like this. And then we're going to run it down there and run it here along this edge. There we go. And then we are just simply going to lay this over here. And it is going to hang off on the edges. Just like that. Now, the thing is we need to bend it both ways to make sure that it's gonna, these edges are gonna stay. So we need to do that here, and then we need to bend it this way to make sure that they're gonna stay up here. Just like that. That's how I did it anyways. It might not be the right way to do it, but that's how I did it. Okay, then this one I'm going to put it on here, actually, the glue. We're going to flip it up on this end. Ta-da! We're going to flip it on this end. Oh my gosh, the Yellow Submarine song is going through my head today. I do not know. It's been going through my head all morning. I do not know why I feel like I need to be living on a Yellow Submarine, but today, apparently that's the issue. All right, this looks good. So cute. They're so cute. We need to trim that. Get that little thing out of there. All right, we don't need that. We're gonna open it up and we're gonna add a piece on the inside. You can add any piece you want. It doesn't really matter. I don't think we need that anymore. So we're gonna add some glue here, 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 here. Jump, 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 jump. Jump. And then we're just gonna put this down, just like that. Fold it and cut it. Stick that in our scrap drawer. Now, I found that when doing this, because this glue doesn't dry real quick, I folded it. See how that's going to stick up now? And I folded it on this side. Okay. And then I added art glitter glue to these edges. Just like that. But it works because I creased it. See? So it's still going to bend. It still has room to bend just fine because it's been creased. See? That looks really good. And there we've got the spine taken care of. My finger itches. Wish my hand itched. That means you're going to get money. And we've got our two signatures that are going to go right in there. Now, I need to let this dry, but I do want to show you, because I normally don't show you how to do sew the signatures in, or how I do it. So I'm going to let this one dry, and actually, let's just put the rubber band around it. Let it dry. I'm going to grab a different one. We'll grab this one. Set this one over here. All right, this one here we go. Love it. And we've got our two signatures here. So let's grab our stuff. Okay. How long did I say this was? It's almost 10. I don't think I have any that are that long. So I think what we might do. Alright, hold on. I don't have any pre-made templates that are that long. So let's get this. We need where are they? Here they are. We need those. What colors should we use? Maybe we just use white. I don't like need it to blend in. I kind of want it to stick out. So let's just use white. Okay. So we have 2 signatures, so we're going to need 2. Where's the opening? There it is. Okay. So this is, I learned this from Biddy Penny. So she's actually the one who taught me. I learned it from her by watching her. So you do 3 lengths. That one. And then 3 lengths again. 1, 2, 3. Some people do 2.5. Some people do 2 maybe. Diane from the Messy Palette figured out a different way to do it, so you might want to check that out. It doesn't use quite as much of the cording, and this is waxed cording. Get a needle, put it in here. Got that. Now we need a ruler and a pencil. This is how I've been doing it. Alright. So we want it to fall in between here. And this is, it should be 1 inch. So I'm going to mark it. Let's see if I mark it 1/4 inch. No. I think I'm going to mark it 3/8 and 3/8 in. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mark it in 3/8 from that edge and in 3/8 from that edge. So I'm marking it at 3/8 and then 1, 2, 3, 5/8 if you want to do it that way. And I'm going to draw a light line just so I make sure that I keep it lined up. And there. And I'm going to draw a light line there. So those are where my 2 signatures are going to lay. Alright, we need some lovely clippies here. Alright, let's set that aside for a minute. We need to make sure this is lined up the way we want it to be. Alright, that's pretty much centered. So that's good, that's good. And I like that. Okay. So, and if you don't have these, you can use these. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. You can use I don't know, the gator clips. You could use those. And then I like to just push that just to make sure. This one isn't a real big signature, but sometimes they are. So I just want to make sure that that's in there good, that they're all lined up the way I need them to be. Alright, now let's look at this one here. This is kind of when you check to make sure all your pages are turned the right way. Okay. That needs to be kind of more centered. That. And that. Is this how I want that? Let's put it that way. Okay. Alright. I'm liking that. I like these paper clips because they're kind of long. So they catch these little, because I usually have a little page in the middle. And so that's what I do. Alright, because see how that's kind of like coming up a little bit? So we just want to push that down in there. Make sure that's in the fold good. Okay. So those are our two signatures now. Now, alright, make sure it's up the right way. We're going to do the back one first, which this is the back signature. So we need some of these. Alright, what I like to do, okay, is I like to line it up where I want it and clip it. Okay. Put it on this back one. I want to clip it right there. Is that right? That looks right. Okay, now you can see this right here. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to punch a hole through the center. See, it came out. And then I'm going to punch a hole through kind of towards the end down here on that line. It came out, you see? You see that it came out? And up here I'm going to punch a hole along this line, and I'm trying to catch that paper. That's why I brought it down. I don't normally bring it down this much, but I want to catch that center paper. All right, then we've got our thread. We want to put it in just like that in the middle. Now, if you don't want your thread to be in the middle, then you're going to put it in from the other side. You're going to put it in from this way instead. Okay, then we're going to go up to the top and put it in there. We're going to come back down to the bottom, and then we're going to come back up to the middle. And we're going to make sure you're not splitting that thread. This needs to go on one side and this needs to go on the other. We're going to undo that. I like to, at this point, I like to kind of even these out a bit, or try to at least. No, I did it too much. Now, yeah, so see, one's on this side and one's on this side. And we're going to make sure it's tight. Flip it, make sure this is tight. That's tight, it's good. Okay. And then we're going to tie it in a knot, and I tie it twice. And then I just let these hang. You can tie them in a bow. I usually do tie them in a bow and let them hang. Okay. So we're just going to remove this. I'm going to leave these on here just so these pages don't flop and get in my way. All right, now we're going to put this one in by doing the same thing, but this time we're going to line it up on this other line here. So we're going to put it right there, and we're going to clip it. And we're going to line it up right there, and we're going to clip it. Okay. All right, and we're going to make sure that that's lined up. It looks pretty good. And we're just going to do the holes again. Do it in the center. There. do it down here. See how it goes through. And we're going to do it up here. Right there. Okay. Now let's thread this one. Okay. Ta-da! We're going to put it through the middle. Okay, we're going to try to put it through the middle. Where's the middle? Come on. There it goes. The middle. Pull it. We're going to kind of fasten that underneath there so we don't lose it. We're going to put this one through up here. Oops, nope, not there. We're not. Want it through right there. There we go. Ta-da. We're going to come down through here. Come on. Where'd the hole go? This one seems to be harder for some reason. There we go. Okay. Pull it through. And then we're going to go up the center. Come on. There it goes. Up the center. You kind of got to just feel around. You can move them and that helps you see a little bit. Alright, I'm going to take that off. We're going to put this over here. We're going to adjust this a bit so they're about the same length. We're going to make sure they're tight. Flip it over, make sure nothing's in our way. And then we're going to tie it twice. And then, ta-da. And then there we go. Let's put this away so we don't lose it, because I'm having like a phobia about losing needles. Okay. Put that back in there. We don't need that. We can take these off now, because we don't need them anymore. Because now our signatures are in here. Ta-da! See? Everything's in. Doo-doo-doo. Signatures are all in the book. Perfect, right? Now comes the fun part. The decorating and all that good stuff, making pockets and all of that. So now our basic book is put together. 1 down, 7 to go for me. Since I'm making 8 of them total. Well, no, 6 to go, because this one is different, bound different. So yeah, I have 6 more of these to do. But I did get all of them. Well, this is the one we did this morning. But I did get them all. Where, oh, there's another one of those. I was going to say, why are there only 2 of these? These are the clue ones. So they're all bound. And these as well. This is the one we glued today, so it's not going to be able to be done today. But now this one is ready, so that's great. So I just have to do these 5 today and get them done. And then they'll all have signatures in them as well. But they're all tall, kind of thin little journals. But they'll be really cool. I did these the Chutes and Ladders I did in kind of more playful colors, and the Clue ones I kind of feel like Clue's for older crowd, so I did them in a little bit more mature colors. But the signatures are pretty much all the same and or very similar in all of them. So, and then this one is very different because I'm doing it different. I wanted to try something else. So yeah. Oh, actually, I'm gonna need that. I might as well just leave all this out because this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of today. Let's see. I'm recording this on a Wednesday. You won't see it until next week. But yeah. So tonight's my live with Carmen. So if you missed that, go back and watch it. We're gonna do something really cool. Wait, I'll show you what we did. I'm gonna make tags. Can you see this? Make tags out of envelopes. And I actually used the extra piece and made like a little pocket with it. And I sewed around them. They're kind of cool, and they were really easy to do. Something else to do with those junk envelopes, because I have, look at all these. I saved them all, so I have tons of them, because I'm always getting stuff in the mail. So, yeah. So if you missed that, go back and watch it, because it'd be fun to watch. Carmen and I hang out, craft. So, I got this shirt for my birthday, but I don't really like it, I don't think. It's cut really weird. I love the pattern of it, and I like the material, but it's cut so that it doesn't lay, it's not cut the way my other ones are, so I don't know how much I'll wear it. Maybe I'll end up cutting it up and using it for something else. Who knows? Alright. I think that's it. Remember, crafting is cheaper than therapy, and we get to make really cool stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Ta-ta!